take it seriously. Tell us about where you are physically, mentally, as you approach, I don't know, you want to say it's your last season?
I feel great. We've talked about it a lot. This team is just, it's a really kind of a rebirth in a lot of ways with management, coaching, bringing a new nucleus together. And it's been really fun just to grow with this team for the last month. And it's been really fun to play this type of basketball. We're getting up and down, shooting a lot of threes, and I think we've found some success in that. So, it's been really nice the last couple of weeks.
Is there a magic elixir for you at this point? 19 points a game and all the other big stats?
It's really simple. You show up every single day and you work harder than the next person. It's really just as simple as that. Like, there are no magic tricks. There's nothing special I'm doing on the court. I just get in the gym every single day before everyone and stay after everybody. It's the only way I can do it. I said this before. If I don't, I might as well not even get out there.
It's like for you just to see DB getting flowers now after 15 years in the league.
I mean, it's amazing. When she cracked the top 5, I'd hit her, and I was thinking about her today and all the great memories that we've had together, and just watching her grow. I mean, she came in as this, skinny little kid from Auburn, and I remember Corey Gaines saying, "You're gonna love this kid. She loves to play basketball. She loves to compete." And the minute she got to Phoenix, she just uplifted our franchise, and we were lucky enough to share 2 championships together. Our families know each other really well, and it's just been amazing to see DB grow into this amazing mom, just an amazing leader out there. And we're the last 2 people I think drafted in the 2010s. Someone told me, or before 2010. So DB and I have a lot in common.
You played your second game here professionally. If I told you then, or asked you, what do you think you'll be doing in 20 years? Could you have imagined you'd still be here?
No, I thought I would be in Lake Como, having a nice limoncello, but here I am back in Mohegan 20 years later, and I still have these great memories. I still, see these faces that just bring back so many great memories, and I love it. I love it here in Connecticut. I love it.
You mentioned this has been a rebirth in a way for the franchise. For you, what has that process been like? Was there uncertainty just early on when people were coming in that you didn't know as well, and now kind of having been through it all, do you feel like this is a more kind of sustainable, successful, stable path?
Yeah, when you're in a place for a long time, you get to see everything. You get to see the ups, the downs, the championships, the last place in the league, the trades, the draft picks, all these things. And I think there was just major turnover this past off season, and starting with our general manager and Nick Urin being hired, and then Nate, who's just been unbelievable, and just the way they've been able to organize what we're trying to do, not only for now but for the future. And that's always the tricky part when you're trying to sustain a franchise, is how do you balance immediate success with making sure the future is also established. And I think they've done a great job of that.
Yeah, what have you seen, and I imagine you've studied them some before tonight, what the Sun are doing at 6-0?
They're just a tough team, and I spent some time with Coach White with USA Basketball. The one thing I really love about her is she's very sure of what she wants from her players, and you can see that when they play. There's no indecision. Everyone knows what their role is, what is expected of them, and that's why they're playing like that. It does help when you have a monster like Alyssa Thomas that just affects the game in just more ways than I think anyone who's ever played basketball.
Now that they have Brianna Jones back, or they're kind of intact, do you feel like they belong in that super team category with the other 2?
Yeah, they're a super team because they're when they play, they play collective. They have shared cognition, and that's when you become a super team. It's when everyone knows what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
So it's not just super talent, it's super team.
Super talent, you can throw that out the window if you don't know how to play together. And they've obviously been at this for a while now. This nucleus has been together for a long time. You can tell they know what they expect from each other, and that's why they're undefeated right now and probably playing the best basketball in the league.
What do you like about your team? You mentioned the style.
Yeah.
What do you like about the team, the players, the chemistry, as you try to rebuild this
Yeah, obviously, bringing in, Tosh, Kai, and Rebecca Ellen has just given us a different dynamic on the perimeter, which we haven't had in a while. And, obviously getting BG back is, priority. And, it's like anything. Being healthy is the number one priority. And, I think in the last week we've kind of, hit a couple bumps with injury. So we're just kind of trying to sustain until we get, our whole team back. And, there's just a good feeling about us. We understand each other. We respect each other. And we play for each other. So, I really like what we have.
Steve, what's it like being, up there years ago,
Yeah.
and having the young players come in and try to prove themselves against you? And like, you show that I still got it. Are you hearing anything from the young kids that you still got it after all this time?
Yeah, I mean, they just have to watch. So much.
I'm sorry, Carl, when you say it's the only way you know how to do things, get up early, get there first, etc., is it still as easy to do that? Is it harder? And if so, what?
No, it's definitely harder. There's always that curve where it goes from, it's a lot of fun to just a little work. Now it's a lot of work for just an hour and a half of fun, which is actually being on the court and playing the game. But I've found some joy in the struggle of every single day. I get up for the games and I wake up in the morning and, I see a lot of gray hairs in here. You know how hard it is getting up in the morning. I go through those emotions every day, but I like it. I like the struggle. I saw my dad do it every single day, getting up, to go to work. I did it every single day in Connecticut. It's kind of the way I've just been taught to be in life.
It's funny, we like to talk about Nike camp, and Mike tomorrow night went out to see you play in Indianapolis. And it will be 25 years since you signed your letter of intent in November. And there are players in this league that are not 25. Can you put that in some kind of perspective, and how proud of you are you of this longevity that you've had and that you're still playing at a high level?
Yeah, I've been lucky. I always say just to wear one jersey for my whole career, you have to have that loyalty. That loyalty is two ways. Phoenix has been that franchise that drafted me and it's been with me through the ups and the downs. And when you have that type of stability, it gives you a sense of responsibility to make sure you come in every year and be at your best. Every year changes, your role changes, what the team needs from you changes. So, like anything in life, you have to evolve. And the game's evolved, and I've had to evolve my game into different ways. So it's been fun.
Does the Olympic year and that goal affect at all how you have to approach the start of the W season in your 20s?
Yeah, I mean, when it's an Olympic year, things are just different. There's a lot of things that you kind of have to navigate, and obviously when that Olympic break comes, you want to be in a good place as a team, as an individual, and I think everyone's trying to get there in a good place. So I think we've had a pretty good start, and hopefully we can continue that.
Going back to this team, the narrative kind of going into this season was like, there's a lot of different personalities. How's it going to work, at least from the outside? But now that you've been living with this group, what's allowed everyone to kind of collectively buy in together and get along so great on and off?
It's always a hit or miss when you put a new group together. But for whatever reason, this group understands each other. We respect each other. I think we give each other space to be who we are. And I think that says a lot about our maturity and, how bad we want to win.
One more.
So, what do you make of all the young talent in
Yeah.
here? Obviously, you are a big part of why this league is where it is.
Yeah.
Just how do you see it, once you finally pass the torch on and where it's headed?
This league's always had amazing talent, and it's going to continue. I think when you talk about women's basketball and how serious it's gotten at an early age, you just see these players come in more ready, with a lot more training, and I think I've talked about it a lot, how serious, even at a young age, with the trainers and this and that. So I mean, the level of play is just going to continue to grow, and obviously adding a couple franchises and more roster spots is just going to give more people opportunity, especially the young players. So it's been wonderful to see, and it's like anything in life. There's going to be a day where they're going to be the vets. So it's full circle.
But then just to one last, every sport, every league, like in baseball, they throw close to rookies, right? In football, maybe they hit a little bit harder. Every league, every sport has some element of veterans testing and toughening up young players.
Yeah.
Should people just not have expected that in the WNBA, or why would the WNBA be any different than when young players come here?
Yeah, I don't know what people thought it was going to be like that. No clue. The narrative has just been so funny in a lot of ways, and obviously I've spoke on it, and it is what it is, I guess.
We're gonna end.
We're supposed to like this.
Yeah, we're gonna do one more. Like, last one.
You look around the league, there's so many UConn players.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about that pride that you have with UConn and seeing so many people?
It's awesome. There's this thread that connects us all. I can't wait to see Mo out there. I love her. She's a great person, great player, and every time you see a Connecticut Husky out there, there's pride in that. There's an honor in that, and that comes from coach and CD and just what they put you through when you're at school and the standard of play of not only on the court but off the court. And they just teach you so much about life, and there's a reason why when people talk about someone that comes out of UConn, we're pro ready because we're every single day we're tested, and we're put in situations where the best is brought